Okay, we are live with the Retrospective tournament. Team Rebel versus Team Bong. We will be starting off on Theme Park for the best of three fixture we have coming up, and Rebel on the fence first. They will choose to ban out the Thatcher. Bong will also ban out the Ying, obviously not wanting to deal with any blinding light as they try and get their defense on the second half. From what I've seen of Rebel, they don't tend to be a team that would pick something like the Ying. They tend to be a lot more carbon collected and try and push more organised. A Kaid will also get banned out here, and with the Thatcher off the board, banning that Kaid out will definitely make it so walls are a lot easier to get rid of. A mute jammer or a bandit battery is definitely easier to take care of than that Kaid claw, which could be hidden in so many different places. Final ban to come through will be from Rebel, and it is the mirror taken off the board. As standard ban, really, you don't want to face up against her as you try and push onto site. It's always difficult to take care of, and it wastes a lot of time, so banning her out is a good idea. It's always fun to see a theme park game. Don't see them too often. A lot of teams don't tend to like it. But Rebel will be taking us to Bunk and Daycare for the first site. Let's have a look at which team picked this map. This was Bong's map pick, so you would expect them to be well prepared and do rather well on it. A Fuse will get sixth picked here off of the Jackal, and that's an elite skin which isn't allowed. We'll keep that on the hush hush for now.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
I'm not entirely sure why the Fuse was picked out. I assume it's because they thought we're going to be attacking Armory, and they could use the vertical play inside of Office to try and take care of utility down below. But because Bunk and Daycare has been picked out here, those cluster charges won't be too useful, as there shouldn't be many soft walls or any soft floors that the Fuse can place those charges on.
Attackers have located a bomb. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to go.
As you would expect, we are seeing... Actually, no, we're not seeing much of an extension here. For some reason I just assumed. No extension into initiation. And off this side, we do have no rotates, a lot of barricades put up. I seem to just slow down the attack for as long as possible. But no rotates have been made, all the walls have been reinforced off, which should mean Bong can get in really quickly. Even with these barricades to slow them down ever so slightly. No utility places at a cafe either, so I'm not entirely sure where it's all gone. They're not extending out far to the east, and they're not doing too much on the west. They have a shield here on the upper arcade hallway, but it doesn't look too much. In the meantime, drones will come out, and Bong will figure out that Rebel haven't really extended all too far, and they should be able to get in and take care of things quickly. But Fod has actually made its way into initiation, and Alf and Hellas will quickly go down there. Unfortunate for Fod to just pick up those easy kills. Backup will find one for himself, and that's Tikivi's, whatever the name is, down, and Backup finds a second, and Ozil finishes things off. That's a flawless round for Rebel to start things off. It seemed like a lot of aggression there from Rebel that Bong weren't quite expecting, that won the round there. After they droned things out, Fod and Backup just kind of pushed back over to retake the west side of the map. Well, we move on to the second site now, and hopefully Bong can shake off that unfortunate round loss as we move on. Armory and Tourney will be the second site picked here, and back up six picks off the smoke onto the bandit instead. The strike definitely would have been useful, but with the meat on the board, that
Defenders,
shotgun
protect
isn't
your bombs
entirely
from being
necessary.
secured by attackers.
And the bandit will allow them to use more utility to defend these walls. Ford places all 3 ADSs on alongside this maintenance wall. So if Bong do choose to push on into maintenance and try and chuck a grenade over to take care of the utility
Attackers have
protecting the
discovered
wall,
location of a bomb.
then well, they'll have to use a lot of flashbangs to take care of all 3 ADSs here. Maintenance wall is still soft at the moment,
10 seconds left
so
before
I
insertion.
assume someone will be back on site soon to reinforce those, because they are walls you don't want to get left. There they are. Ford reinforcing those now.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Backup will be going for a spawn peek here. Just trying to look out over to the southwest, spawn at the main entrance. I don't think he's going to spot anyone except someone. No! Hallis, unfortunate there to turn around the wrong corner and get his head taken off for it. Backup with an opening pick and putting Rebel at the advantage once again. Backup's having a hell of a game. Alf, though, will be there to refrag, and that's RX taken off the board. The Vigil will no longer be in play. Fod will also take a lot of damage elsewhere. He's playing outside. That's interesting. He seems to have just jumped out maintenance window and done some damage to someone, I believe. And he's wasting so much time now. Because these 2 players from Bong are just waiting for him. He's not going to get anywhere because he has to wait for them. And they're actually able to ignore him now. Another run out there from Stax, and Alpha will eventually finish them both off. I'm not really sure why Stax was there to add on to the problem. Didn't seem to work out well for him, and that leaves Rebel at a serious disadvantage now. 2-4, Ozil and Backup left alive. They are both playing inside of a site, and with only 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the round, Bong have plenty of time to get into the building and try and figure out exactly where they want to push from. They lost the Twitch early on, but that won't be the end of the world. They can still use the hard breach they've brought. The Twitch drones would have been useful in taking care of utility, but they can go above and take care of these bandit batteries on the yellow wall and get this opened up if they want.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Bong now really just taking their time, seeming a bit shaken up after Rebels' antics during this round. It hasn't worked out for them, so Bong should be ready to push onto site. You can just hear the meteor getting taken off the board there, and Backup is ready for the bandit trick. And there it is, they them taken off the board. Unfortunate for Tyke to lose that out. The second bandit actually will get taken down. That's Sabana from the hatch, and Backup is still going for it. What is he doing? He knows Chevy has this angle onto him, and he still tries to put that battery down, loses life for it, which leaves Ozil now left alone in the 1 versus 4. He can't even hit the shots onto the thermite, and there it is. Tyke will finish things off, and that's the second round in favour of Rebel, over Bong rather. That was certainly an odd round. I would like to know if Rebel would have done better if they didn't have 2 people sacrifice themselves for just running out for no reason. Especially with Backup finding the first pick for free. Now, once again, Rebel obviously choosing to fix their mistakes from the last round. Armory and Throne is picked out here once again. It seems like the same lineup as before, but this time having a 6 pick off with the Mozzie onto the Valk. The pests probably weren't all too useful last time, so the Valk comes will definitely come in handy to provide that intel, feed it back to the players on Rebel.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
We are seeing Rebel extend their hold upstairs a bit, using Stacks as reinforcements up here on this initiation wall. You see Meat Jam as a protector as well. He's going to have rotates to get back away into dorms if he needs them. Back up once again, go for the same spawn piece he did before. I don't think it's going to work, because Bong will be ready for it this time, I would hope. Oh yeah, there it is, the Ibana. Oh, not the Ibana, the Nomad, in fact, pre-fire on the angle, and there it is, it's a free pick. Back up being, well, an idiot, really. There's nothing else to say about it. Choosing to go for the same spawn peaks he had before. It's really not a good idea. Well, this time it'll be Rebel at the disadvantage first thing. Stacks is still above here, watching this maintenance window, and I don't know if the player here, I can't figure out who it is exactly. It's the IQ, and yet she will drone that out, and she knows the meat's playing above now. Hallis might go for the pre-fire, and he doesn't hit as many shots as Stacks. Stacks puts him down to about 20 HP, and he loses about 20 in return. So it's a good trade-off there from the mute. Still at a minute and 50 seconds left on the round, so Bong and their man advantage 5-4. So there's plenty of time to work out exactly what to do. From the positioning of the IQ, it looks like they want to go for this maintenance wall, but Stacks will be still above using the angles. Fod finds one for himself for Alpha refrags onto RX, which leaves us at even man count now, 3-on-3. Fod with a double kill on the round for himself. He takes down another, and that's Chevy off the board. So it's all down to Tyke and Zamok now. Summit will open up the barrel wall, and this will give them the avenue onto site. Stacks though will come out of the breach and get inside a barrel. He gets shots in the back. Tyke finds one, and Stacks is now locked here in between these two players, but the Thermite's ignoring him. And the Nomads just have forgotten about him. They could have gone for an easy pinch here, but Stacks now is only got in a 1v1 gunfight. He throws a C4 and that should be a free pick for him. Poor plays from Bong, and he gets a double kill there. Takes the head off Tyke as well as that C4. Big round from Stacks. I believe that was at least a 3 kill on the round for him. Honestly, I'm lost as to what was going on when the Nomad saw Stacks cross over into barrel, and instead of holding the angle and waiting for the Thermite to come and push together, the Thermite just walked away. The Nomad took a one-on-one gunfight and got killed by the C4, which gave Stacks the advantage technically. I don't know how he won that, but anyway, Stacks will be this time onto Zachanka, and the 6 picks off of though onto a mute instead.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Well, once again, we're going back to daycare and dorms from Rebel. This is like a slight change in the lineup this time, bringing the Wamai and the Alibi as well. They don't have a smoke as they did before, I don't think. But it doesn't seem like much of an alteration in the actual strategy itself. They are still not choosing to extend over here to the east side of the map, instead of reinforcing up over it, giving the control away to Bong.
5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
What are you on? He's got about in chat. Once again, it's a spawn peek here. This time the Valkyrie, and that takes down the Jackal immediately. Nice pick there for Ozil to find that pick early on. Still more aggression from the side of Rebel. I'm not entirely sure where this confidence has come from, but it's definitely working in their favour. Fod will get spotted out here on a drone inside a cafe. Takes that out though, and he's able to fall back slightly. He's still ready, and he has his teammate of Stacks close by as well as backup. Honestly, there's not much going on at the moment. Ozil will find some damage though from below. He has players inside of storage to deal with. There's only one by herself inside. I think that was as though no, it's the Habana instead. But I seem to have forgotten though that Ozil was even in lab to begin with, and he's just crouch walking away. I'm not liking what I'm seeing here from the side of Bong. They're not pushing together at all. The Habana is just pushing in solo by herself down below. And if he loses this gunfight, then that puts Bong in a 3 versus 3. And yep, there it is. Also with an easy pick there. He gives the ping to call out to his team, but it's not going to provide much help really. As Ozil finds a second round, backup tags one up on himself, and that's Alf taken down. Tyke will find one there for a refrag. Ooh, Ozil will TK, backup will down one, and there it is, just double kill for him to finish things off. I don't know what happened with Ozil there, but Fod loses his life for that, but Rebel will come through nonetheless, 3-1 now. This is how we beat Bong in SSL Season 2. Well, it's working against them so far. Back up this time, we'll switch on to the Clash. They're confident because they're better, dude. You gotta have some faith in Bong. They can definitely do it. Alpha 6 picked off of the IQ and picked this fit up instead, and backup will choose the Vigil instead of the Clash. So it suits his role more, really.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Bomb located by attackers.
Lab and storage will be slightly picked up here from Rebel instead of choosing to go to initiation and office. Not many reinforcements going down on the main wall except instead opening up these long angles so you can watch it from the corridor. They are also opening walls up into barrel.
10 seconds remaining.
Okay, they've reinforced off barrel as well, so I think we're seeing some sort of hold
5
inside of
seconds
here.
remaining.
This is interesting actually, I quite like this.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
So because drug lab and storage is very hard to hold, you can't really play inside of there too safely because of all the soft floor above. Instead, Rebel have extended their hold horizontally, and they're going to be trying to hold it off-site like this. I quite like the idea behind it. Not really many players on side of the site there at the moment.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been
They also have players playing from above, and it looks like Bong will be trying to contest up here first. Also, once again, the opening pick, he does a lot of damage, takes a lot of damage though, and that's Alpha off the board, no more Zofia. The hatch will get opened up, and Fod immediately goes to try and peek it. He throws C4 up, doesn't connect with anyone, bit of a waste. The Jackal is ready and waiting, holding the angle. He gets a ping off onto someone, and looks like he might be a free pick here. No. Nice intel there to pre-fire Fod. That's him taking off the board, the mute no longer alive, and then we'll see 4 either. Hellas will now begin to use some vertical play as he still has some tracks onto the Valk of Ozil. He's fallen back onto site along with RX. Stack's still playing inside of this barrel area, and backup has rotated away to the top of the Dragon stairs. This is going to come around for a late flank here onto the holder Bong above.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the diffuser.
Well, things seem to have slowed down here as we enter the final minute. Bong really trying to use their time wisely, attacking from above, getting as many angles as they can onto site. Still just holding, waiting for any flanks that might come through. Backup is still trying and just waiting, biding his time to try and find some sort of thing. Ooh, player close to him. That was the Thermite of Tyke, pushing very aggressively by himself to try and find backup, but instead backup will be pushing now back over towards waiting and trying to get into the yellow corridor. He might in fact catch someone off guard, but no, he loses his head. Chevy there with a nice pick. The battle cam will not get the intel he needs, and the Stacks will find one though, which evens man count out. And as we enter the final 20 seconds, Stacks is using these toxic babes. RX finds one and Ozil another, and it's all down to Zamok now, 1 versus 3. He finds one, that's Ozil off the board. He sees the head and he finds it, but immediately refrag there, RX to finish him off instead, and it's a 4th round for Rebel, 4-1 now. Moving on, Armor and Throwing gets picked out here once again from the side of Rebel. A site they've played twice, lost it once and won it once.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have located a bomb.
Once again, looks like we're going to see the same sort of setup here from Rebel as we saw before. Just reinforcing off the main walls, holding above still is Stacks as well as Ozil. And Stacks will be once again playing inside of the control area, using these vertical angles to try and contest down onto the maintenance area.
Attackers are heading out.
I wonder if we will see any more spawn peaks from the side of Rebel, as backup has some interesting times for the site. Here it is, FOD with the spawn peak this time, rotating which player decides to try and throw away their life. And it doesn't seem like anyone has spawned over here. Chevy's close, but just won't be found by FOD there.
Camera feed up and running.
Once again, it seems like a very splintered push from Bong. They don't seem coordinated whatsoever. Hellas here pushing in individually into Arcade Toilet, and now going up the yellow stairs. No drones coming in front of him. No one to support him for the refrag. So if he loses his life, it's just a free pick, really. Stacks is close. There might be a free pick there. Yes, it is. Stacks completely unaware of that crouching vigil, rather. There will almost be a refrag here from RX, but he gets his head taken off as well. Somehow this is working out for Hellas. Ozil is closer to try and get the refrag, doesn't land the shots though, and he is getting countered here from another side as well. He loses his life, and Bong are looking good now, as backup finds one onto Chevy. The Habana taken off the board, but it's not the end of the world, as Bong is still in this 2 to 4 man advantage. Most of the players are in above, and Tyke is now in solo into barrel, trying to use his thermite charges on this barrel wall. Backup though still around here as he finds one. That's a free pick for him. Samok trying to peek the hatch. Backup will take some damage though, and the Jackal is put down to about 1 HP. It's definitely winnable still for either side. Tyke will be opening up that barrel breach. Backup will not be able to trick it this time. With 50 seconds left on the round, Bong had to start making some sort of movement to try and figure out exactly where they're going to push from. FOD here still playing bottom dragon and backup inside of sight, and that's a free pick there for FOD as he finds Hellas. The 1 HP Jackal taken off the board, and that evens off the man count now. The yellow will also get opened up by the Thermite. He's just watching the angle. Alpha's with him as well, and they push on into Pottery. They've actually abandoned site, and Backup is playing inside a barrel, and then we have FOD playing bottom dragon still. Diffuser is going down, and Alpha will have to try and cover. They know it's going down, they can hear the sound cue, and the diffuser is down now. Post-plant situation, 2 versus 2. These two players from Bong will have to watch the angles. As FOD comes in for a peek, he misses his shots. Thermite takes him down, so it's a 2v1. Backup left alive. It's a triple kill on the round for him. He defines Alpha, and it's all down to Tyke now. He has to clutch. Pre-fires come through, but it doesn't land at all. But there it is. The headshot, and takes down Backup. A second round on for Bong, and that puts us a 4-2 split as we move on to Bong's defensive half. A 4-2 split on Theme Park is really quite good for the attackers. You don't expect them to get too many rounds, as this map is definitely very hard to attack. Let's see if Bong can come back and win out this map. If they just get a few more rounds in a row, they'll be looking quite comfy on the defense. Because this is Bong's map pick, you'd expect them to be quite good at their defense. Armory and Throne will be the first site they pick out. And there's plenty of wall denial in both the Bandit and the Mute picked out, same as you saw from Rebel.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Attackers have located a bomb. Seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion. Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Interesting setup here from Bong. They seem to have cast barricade themselves into sight. 4 players still locked down inside of pit, and Alpha's to only 1. He's been let out to have some fun. He's in a 1 versus 5. Trying to hold above by himself. He'll have to cause a lot of mayhem, be very slippery with his plays. He doesn't want to get caught out and put his team at a disadvantage. He has to waste a lot of time by himself. Rebel in quickly, trying to take care of maintenance. That's control established well for them. Flashbangs will go out over the top, and a grenade will also come out from RX, but it will get caught out by the magnet there. Nice play from Chevy. More stuns will go out. A C4 sails out as well, and that's Hellas to find the first pick onto FOD. The breach will get opened up, and it's a refrag from Stacks. He finds a second on the round as well as that exothermic charge taking out the bandit. He was trying to trick, I believe. Unfortunate there for him to lose his life to that, and that put Bongs at the disadvantage now, 3 on 5. Alpha will get a refrag, and that puts us in as even man counts 3 on 3. Stacks taken out on the thermite. No more walls will get opened up here unless the Maverick uses his blowtorch to do so. RX still just holding angles. Also will be drilling out into sight, and Backup still trying to find this Wamai. He misses his shots, tries to push onto sight so aggressively. A stupid play there allows Zamok to pick him up instead. Chevy will be put down to very low HP, but because his teammate's holding the cross for him, that means he is able to live with his life for a little bit longer. The sledge will get down from Alf, and it's all now down to RX. He takes even more damage pushing into sight, trying to get some shots in, almost, but nope. It'll be Chevy to shut things down there. A nice round from the side of Bong.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Okay, but moving on, Bong's second site here will be picked out in its dorms and daycare for them.
Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Well, Bong will be going for the more standard hold of extending out to the east using these castle barricades and reinforcing instead of the yellow and the initiation walls getting the control and cache walls. We will see bandit batteries placed as well as jammers to try and slow down the attack of Rebel as they drone out onto the cache side, obviously wanting to push in from here. Stax is trying to get an angle onto the site where the castle barricade is protecting the player inside of initiation. Sledge will drop and he should be able to quickly take care of those barricades. Backup will get down here. That's me to find that opening pick. Fod will try and refrag but can't hit his shots and he will get downed instead. Hellas with a double kill on the round. 2 quick shotgun blasts will take down 2 players of Rebel. And that leaves us in a 3 versus 5 now. Hellas getting aggressive and peeking on deep, but he will back off for a little bit.
Here we go. Stay back.
Stax will be using that access to make an opening up a wall into initiation. Smoke canisters will sail out very early on there, trying to delay the time from the side of Rebel. Jammers will mean Stax can't drone properly into sight. He chucks his second one in and he will be able to drone now. He sees that the Jaeger has his back turned to him, but he'll get spotted out and the Jaeger will now look over towards this breach. Stax peeks weirdly and Alf gets a free pick because of it. RX though will refrag us, then he taken off the board. These 2 players lining up inside of the cash room bathroom, but Ozil will rotate around as RX rather still tries to peek here. A minute left and another smoke canister goes out. RX inhales some smoke and no damage done. Ozil coming back over towards this control room breach, peeking on into sight. I don't think he knows about this Rebel being here. This Rebel being here? This smoke being here? Takes a lot of damage though, and he can't hit the shots, and there it is eventually, but he will get taken down before he can finish off that play, and Alf will get a double kill. And that evens things up now, 4-4. Things really not working out for Rebel there. Is this map 1 or 2? This is still map 1. Bong's pick of theme park. After 2 successful defenses from Bong, initiation and office will be the site we're going to. We will actually see a 6 pick here off the Maverick, so it'll be a lot harder for the side of Rebel to open up walls without those grenades and without the blowtorch to make holes in the walls. But this Monty will definitely make it easy for them to push the players of Bong out of positions they were holding. If they had the Monty in the last round, they could have quite easily pushed out the player of the mute inside of the site, and I don't know what's going on there. Seems a bit of confusion.
Razor wire is deployed. Initiate jump. 10 seconds to go. Going up. 5 seconds to go. Device positioned. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Once again, Rebel will be going for the same push on in as they had before. Cashroom trying to take that side of the map. Monty will drop as well as the Ash into control room, but they'll actually rotate around trying to go for this waiting corridor push. Not sure what they are tagging for here. Sledge to try and get this opened up, so the Monty can push on in. A C4 tossed and wasted there. Not going to do any damage. Castle tries to peek around. They know where two players are. Then Smoke will get down. Then Bandit peeking aggressively there. Takes a lot of damage. Tyke very low as the Monty tries to push on into sight. They know no one's playing inside of the vault area now, but the Castle will try and get behind this Monty. Fod almost TKs him as Tyke actually finds a first pick there. That's Fod taken off the board from the Bandit. Chevy also finds one after getting picked up. Hellis will get down though this time. Oswald just can't do anything here. This is crossfire, is impossible for him to get through. Alf will find another that stacks off the board, and it's all down to the Monty and the Sledge in a 2 versus 5. Rebel really stalling out here. No idea what to do with their last 2 players. And for some reason I can't select. There we go. RX just trying to peek on into sight, and Alf somehow doesn't kill him. A grenade tossed out here, and Oswald will be pushing on in, and he gets a shotgun to the back of the kneecaps. So grenade tossed out there just does some damage to Hellis. He will get downed, but eventually Chevy finishes things off, and that's 5-4 now. 3 rounds in a row for Bong with their defense, and Rebel really struggling so far.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Bomb located by attackers. Unrolling razor wire. Activating jammer. You can stop worrying about grenades now. 10 seconds remaining. Jammer ready to activate. ADS deployed. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving.
Okay, well, moving on, we see Bong with the same setup as they had before on this armory and throne site, using the cast barricades to, well, shell themselves inside of this area, inside of the site. Also, once again, going for the Monty pick, even though it didn't go so well for them last time. Pushing in aggressively, back up already opening an angle to hold here onto the corridor. Just can't hit the cam because he keeps crouching for some reason. Don't know what's going on there. Fod will be the opening pick there. Alf with that nice shot onto him. Ash off the board will be definitely a big blow to Rebel. Alf is still allowed to just roam around here on the top floor. Chevy will find a second one there, and that's RX taken off the board. A nice C4 over the wall as the Monty tries to push on into the breach now. Peaks are coming in through from stacks, but it won't land onto the player with Umai, who actually swings wide and takes stacks down. Don't know what the Monty's doing to just allow his teammate to die behind him. Backup will take down the Wamai, so that's a refrag, but still 4 to 2 players now. And Backup's the only gun left alive, as Ozil is just a walking shield. He can't really do anything.
Attackers recovered the
He sees the player prone behind the shield, and he also sees the player behind the throne. Backup with a nice shot there to take down Chevy. And Ozil pushes on into sight, tries to do some damage onto the bandit, but can't hit his shots. Backup will go for the plant now, and Ozil will have to cover. Alf goes to try and flank, but can't get through the cast barricades. Tyke finds one that's also taken down. It's all onto Backup in a post-plant situation. He finds one, a triple on the round, and he has to try and ace to win it out for his team. Can't hit his shots. He finds one though, but he gets shut down. That's Castle to finish things off there and almost ace for Backup, but he just can't manage to do it. Samek will push us on to overtime now, and that's Bong. Not overtime, match point, sorry, and that's Bong, match point. One more round on their defensive theme and they can push us to map 2 with their advantage. Afraid I want to scrim. Well, I can't scrim right now, Jordan. I'm casting. Bunk and Daycare will be the site picked out here from Bong, a site they won quite securely last time they played it. Once again, Ozil will pick out the Monty, even though it really hasn't gone in their favour the last 2 times. He just can't seem to get around the players. Stacks will sick pick off of the Thermite onto the Hibana instead.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Unless Rebel can make some changes here on their attacks of Theme Park, it's not looking good for them, as Bong are very, very strong and very comfortable on their defense here. Rebel just haven't seemed to make any impact on their attacks so far, and Bong looking strong to push us here onto second map.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to go. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it. Activate jammer. Jammer ready to light. Going jammer.
Pizza comes through from backup and almost finds the head of the castle. He's peeking very aggressively but just can't land those shots. Also will be pushing in aggressively into Cafe, as you'd expect the Monty to do. He's asking for his team to drone out the top of the arcade here, as he has 2 players over on the left. Fod will find the opening pick this time, but Chevy will refrag, and that's Ash taken off the board for the Jaeger. Cass will get his head taken off though from Stacks, and that puts Bong at a disadvantage of 3 to 4 now. Chevy will find a double. That's Ozil taken off the board. The Monty getting too aggressive, too big for his boots there. The Stacks is put into a crossfire. The Smoke Hellis will figure out how to outmaneuver him, and that's another for him and Zoo, but he gets refragged quickly, so it's a 2 versus 2 now. Backup been out of very low HP though. RX and Backup left alive, and they have to try and rotate to try and push because they don't have any control here whatsoever. Tyke and Chevy, the last 2 left alive. Chevy will be rotating up the main stairs, which will allow him to create a crossfire with the bandit onto the diffuser. RX pushed into Cafe as Backup pushes over from the office side. The proximity sensor will give away his position, but I doubt either of these 2 players from Bong can actually hear. A nade will come out from RX, but it won't land on anyone. And the Mute is playing on these arcade stairs using the shotgun close. It should be a nice pick for him if someone does choose to peek him. The two players left alive from Rebel obviously have no intel because they're completely unaware of where these two players left. And with 35 seconds left, they have to try and get this diffuser or try and go for these 2 kills. Back will peek up onto site, and RX tries to push down the yellow corridor. Tight holding a nice tight angle here, and Mute close to the diffuser. He should hear someone. He peeks around the corner. Backup will get downed here, and a lot of damage done there. It's actually RX downed, and there it is. Tight to finish off Rebel. As we move on to map 2 now, 7-4. Rebel lost on their defense, or their attack rather, of Theme Park. Okay, after a storming map 1 victory for Bong Gaming, let's see if Rebel can bring things back and push us onto map 3 on their map pick of Cafe. We'll be starting this time with Bong on the defense of Cafe first, and they choose out the Thatcher to ban him. Just like last game, taking the Thatcher off the board. So it's a common ban that you'd see these days. A Jackal will also be banned out here from the side of Rebel. Second ban is the Mirror. Rebel chooses to ban out the Her again as they did on map 1. Arguably, Cafe is a stronger map for the Mirror. To choose to take care of the board is definitely a good idea. There are so many long angles that the Mirrors can hold that you just don't want to have to contest. Finally, for the second ban of the defense, it is Valkyrie taken off the board. Getting rid of that intel will definitely make it easier for the attackers to push on into sight. No more C4s from below that can be guided using the intel from those black eyes. As we move on to the first round, Bar and Cocktail will be the first site picked out here from Bong. Seems like we're having a bit of a roster change here from the side of Rebel. Instead of Stacks being put onto the Hard Breach, Fod has elected himself as the Hibana, and Stacks has switched out to the Sophia. Interesting to see that. Fod obviously not confident in his gun skill today, so he wants to switch it up. And he'll be the one to drone people in and use his utility.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
As you would expect, we are seeing a shield placed at the pixel corner with ADSs and magnets to protect it. Often the cornerstone of a defense inside of the cigar lounge. The second you lose that, then it makes it a lot easier for the attack, so they want to hold it for as long as possible. That's why Rebel have brought so much utility to take care of both the Ash, both the Sophia and the nades as well will be definitely instrumental in picking them up, as well as flashbangs from the Ash, Nomad and Hibana as well. Fod will take some damage here from a peek from Zama on the castle, loses some health but also deals some out as well, so a relatively even trade for both sides. Sledge will open up these hatches as pre-fire comes through, but nothing lands because no one's down there. All members of Bong are up on the top floor except for the Jaeger, who's just sitting on white stairs now watching an angle, and he has no idea as a Sophia repelling right behind him, holding a bullet hole. A disgusting little angle to try and figure out exactly where this Omai is playing and try and pick him off. I want to know if this will work or not, but it's definitely going to be some hard shots to hit, especially with the Jaeger playing right here to counter him if he does need to. Hellas has taken a lot of damage in the meantime, as well as Fod. Backup tries to land some more shots there, but the smoke, I believe, that was dropped down, and he gets away with his life. Big plays coming through from him. RX will have already pushed into shop, and he's taken some control. With only a minute and 20 seconds left, they still haven't even attempted to push this player at the pixel corner. He still has ADS his magnets to protect him, and so much utility around him will be hard for Ron to deal with it all so quickly. Stackstow will find an opening pick there. That's Alf taken off the board. No more Wamai, no more pixel control, and that's a big big pick for Rebel, but Mute has actually switched up his position to push back onto Pixel. Quickly rotates back away though, and he will not die today. Backup will try and find him. No, never mind, that's just not down. I don't know what I just watched, but back up there with a nice pick, as well as stacks tacky on one as well. Jaeger though will refrag. That's a 2 versus 4. 1 versus 4 though, as Ozil finds one. And that's first round going in favor of Rebel. After an unsuccessful first round, Bong will choose to go back to Bar and Cocktail, hoping to correct their mistakes that they made before.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Doesn't look going to have much of a change of strategy this time. We have the extension to Pixel again. I think we saw the smoke playing here inside of the shop before as well.
Seconds left before insertion. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb. The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recovered the diffuser. Ready.
Still here tries to play inside of this drop down hatch, using bullet holes to watch the top red. Flashbangs will come out from back to try and burn the ADSs, burn the magnets that protect the shield. One Ash Charge will go to waste though, as another magnet protects the shield still, but waste utility there. Stacks will have taken a lot of damage from somewhere. Back up, they will find an opening, pick that Chevy on the Mute taken down. Hellis will also take some damage, but he will win out the fight against Backup in the end. So that puts Backup to an even man count of 4 versus 4. A whole minute's been burnt so far, and Rebel haven't found too much map control whatsoever. They haven't been able to clear out the player on Pixel, or the player inside the shop just about yet. So the players on the roof, Fod decides to drop and peeks on in. Somehow the smoke loses that fight, and that puts Rebel at the advantage now 4-on-3. Somehow they will refrag this. Ozil taken off the board, and Hambana should be a free pick here. Yep, there it is. Fod with a double kill on the round. Someone taken down as well, and it's all down to Alf and Tyke. So Fod will find a free pick here as the Jaeger is just unexpecting what's going to happen, and Alf now will have to clutch 1 versus 3. Diffuser is going down, can't land his shots, and there it is. Second round in a row for Rebel. The double kitchen set picked out here from Bong, as the bar and cocktail did not go so well for them. A sick pick here off of the smoke onto the Mute instead from Hellis.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
Stop worrying about grenades now. Unrolling razor wire. We are not protected yet, Jammer. You can stop worrying about grenades now.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds to insertion.
Bomb is done! Stay clear of the blast zone.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Let them come. Razor wire is deployed. Here!
The castle playing upstairs here inside the pillar area will try and get some shots back up, trying to chase him down, but he's able to run away before anything can land. Some time wasted, but not all too much. Trouble taking quick control of the second floor here. Definitely confident in their abilities to push on Cafe.
Reloading!
There's only 4 players on the second floor. Alpha's actually gone completely unnoticed here on the top floor. And if he can catch Rebel off guard without getting caught on a drone, he could cause some absolute chaos, some havoc here in the ranks of Rebel. Coming down for the flank, Chevy will be the first pick here. Stacks to find that. A refrag though will come onto Fod, and that's the Hibana taken off the board. Drop now, I think that was. Also will find one, and unfortunately Alf whiffs some shots, but he will eventually take down Ozzel, but will get refrag there from the Nomad, and it's now down to Samok and Tyke in a 2 versus 3. The castle will get spotted out here from a drone, and the Nomad will finish him off. Quick shot there from RX. All down to Tyke now in a 1 versus 3. Free pick that onto the Ash, downed, back up, so it's all down to Stacks and RX now. The health advantage is actually in favour of the Doc, because both Stacks and RX have been lit up, RX very much so, just one bullet will take him down. RX just can't about see where this Doc is playing, as Stacks goes for the disable, or the defuse rather, behind the bomb inside the service. An air jab will come out here which will deny the Doc from rotating through this double door inside the kitchen. Shots will come out from above, so the player knows that Nomad is up here, and there it is, downed because of that air jab stopping him, but he's able to get himself back up, and he's not finished just yet. What a mistake from the side of Rebel. This could mean he could win the round, but no, RX from above, perfect coverage on this double door, means Rebel win a 3rd round in a row. Bong's attempts at Kitchen to go so well for them last time, but Kitchen is picked out for them once again. Unless they could change some things up here really drastically, it's not going to be very good for them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Bomb located by attackers.
Think of the magnitude of the already. We are protected.
10 seconds to insertion. remaining.
I will watch over us. Magnet activated.
Attacker's objective is to defuse a bomb.
Seems like a similar setup here from the side of Bong. An extension actually has been made into the bakery, and they have these two players to the right and the dock trying to cover each other's back, but it looks like Rebel going for the same push they had before. The castle once again on the roam, the Jaeger this time down on the first floor on the red corridor. Interesting, have the castle play up here. Alpha find the first pick, that's backup taken down as he tries to jump in somewhere. Not sure where he found that pick actually. Oh, it's on the red stairs. He tries to jump in the top of red. But no, that's an opening pick for Alpha, and he's been stemmed back up to full health. So much better here for Bong. Finding that opening pick is definitely very important for them. The castle will get droned out up here on the top floor, and he'll have to drop down. He'll hear the rappel into fireplace from the sledge, and a nasty wall bang will come through from Ozzel to take down Zamok. Unfortunate for the castle to lose his life there. Edge will also come down from RX to counteract the flanks this time. They don't want anyone to come up and surprise them from behind. Alpha still plays out of the coat check area. Doc trying to counteract these aggressive vertical angles as C4 will set up but not find anyone. The Hibana will also be able to open up this freezer hatch, as actually there are quite a few members of the side of Rebel who have taken a lot of damage. This lately placed BGM will be definitely very difficult for Rebel to work around, as they can't drone further onto site than through this door. With 50 seconds left, FOD gets into site, he takes down the mute, somehow winning that fight at close range. FOD misses some shots there and he gets taken down from behind, but a quick flurry of kills puts us down to 2 versus 2. With 35 seconds left, two members of Rebel, Ozzel and RX, have to push on in, both inside of freezer. Ozzel flashed by RX's flashbang, looks like. Just holding these angles, Ozzel loses that fight there, Tykes to win that out, and he stims himself back up to full health. He will get down though, and it's RX now, 1 versus 1, as he tries to flick around, but no, instead it's Alf to clean things up and win the first round for Rebel on map 2.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Reloading now. Stop worrying about grenades. Magnets ready! Magnets ready. Let them go. ADS deployed and ready to go.
Attackers have located a bomb.
After Bong successfully defend their way down on the kitchen site, they'll come back up to bar. Even though they lost it twice, they are adamant to come back here instead of going for the reading site. They must obviously not be too confident down there.
Attackers' objective is to defuse a bomb.
These will protect us. We are protected.
Oh, okay, back up. Already down inside of shop with stacks as well. It seems to be a change of strategy this time from the side of Bong. Instead of extending the hold into shop, just giving it up, which means Rebel can quickly take control here. Alf will move over towards the piano area of Cigar and almost lands a shot there, but just can't hit them all. And falls back and sends a Pixel inside of the white corridor already. We'll move back to Pixel. RX will find the first pick. That's somewhat taken off the board. Flashbang will set out to try and blind this player playing at the Pixel shield. And he will be blinded. He loses his shield as well. Ford, unfortunately, loses his life. But he does get quickly refragged. Toast to find him from stealth though. And stacks down to the Jaeger as well. Now it puts Rebel in a 3 versus 2 situation. Oz will put down to low HP as well as stacks, which actually leaves the 2 members of Bong at the health advantage over these 3 players from Rebel. Default cam is still up, which feeds information to Hellas, but that suppressor and the Roni at range mean he can't finish off the player on near balcony, and RX finds one more. Hellas though will get a nice shot onto Ozzel, which puts him at a winnable situation, 1 versus 2 now. Diffuser is going down, tries to use the pings, he takes a lot of damage there, and then Edge will throw him backwards. Player inside the shop can't do any damage, and stacks put down to 1 HP, and he's going up to the roof now because of that suppressor on that gun. I don't know why he has it. RX will get downs there, and in the post plant, 25 seconds left to work with. It's Hellas versus Stacks, both players 1 shot away, and it should be easy clutch here for Stacks, just having to wait for the sound cue of the person on the diffuser. It's all a waiting game now, having to wait for who messes up first. Hellas looks like he has messed up here, as he can't possibly win this round now, and Stacks finishes him off, and it's a 4th round for Rebel, 4-1 now. Bar and Cocktail will be the site picked out once again from Bong. Well, you know the saying, 4th time's the charm. It hasn't worked out for them the last 3 times, but let's see if they can make alterations this time. God forbid they go down to the reading site, which could be a better option.
Attackers have located a bomb.
My magnets will protect our engine.
10 seconds to go.
Deploying ADS.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Ready to activate.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
Adding some protection from reload! Drone is ready to go. I'd say
Once again, it's a quick drop here from the Ashes Stacks. Push down onto the top of Red already. Fod switch onto the Thumber, opening up this minibar wall. Drones will come out into minibar already, and backup will be already in, trying to fight against this pixel spot. Alf playing behind that shield very dangerously. All these drones rather, figuring out exactly where he is, and he has all of these players lined up, and Hellas with a triple kill. That's 3 players taken off the board. It's Ozil and RX left alive after the massacre of that 1C4. A massive mistake from Rebel to all stack up like that there.
Magnet out. Magnet active.
Добро пожаловать на выставку «Горная тема». А залежи железа и медной руд, цветы, драгоценных камней и других минералов в недрах уральских гор – самые известные места на свете. Первым делом решено возобновлять железо и
Chevy here trying to contest the vertical angles, throws C4 up, but it won't hit anyone there. Hellas though will find a quad on the round, a 4th for him, and Chevy somehow survives. Oslo he peeks and whiffs all his shots. Damage done from multiple angles, and it should be an ace there. Actually, no, it wasn't. Hellas. No, it was an ace from Hellas. Yes, it was. Hellas with the 5th kill of the round there. It said flawless round instead. It was a flawless round and an ace. Hellas with the triple kill and 2 kills to finish things off as well. Very nice. Bar and Cocktail will be the first site here picked out on the side of Rebel as we move on to the second half. 4-2 split. Cafe tends to be a defender-sided map, but these days it can swing either way. Oftentimes we see a 3-3 split, and it could be just either whichever team is feeling their attacks better that day.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Well, let's see if Bong can do better on their attacks, and if they can win this series out 2-0, or Rebel will push us onto map 3 with a storming presence on their defensive half of Cafe as well.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Work on ready.
Back up just chasing a drone, just can't find it, unfortunate there to lose it out. Breaking up the little barricades on ninjas, you can run across
10
there.
seconds left before insertion. 5 seconds to go.
Evil Eye so very ready.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Rebel this time, or Rebel will just be using a shield at pixel here, as you would normally expect. The Wamai playing behind there, using these ADSs and the magnets to protect it. Hellas will find an opening, picks that onto Fod, who was, I believe, going for a spawn peek.
Adding Overwatch.
Maybe? No, he was inside a bathroom. Must have been the Hibana repelling on the white window, just picking him off as he tries to go for a rotate. Unfortunate there for Fod to be the one to go early on. The shot caller for Team Rebel and the Maestro as well means he won't be able to use those cams anymore. It will just be standard cams watching on Bulletproof. Edgehabs will go out to try and deny a flank coming through. Rebel will no longer be able to come up those red stairs and try and flank. We still have a nice crossfire here from the Wamai and the smoke together. Using these shields to just peek on into Cigar, the drones will come out, and they should know about Rebel's setup here. Ozil will actually be the one to drop and stack 6 some damage as he tries to cross over towards Cocktail. Ozil might be going for a flank and trying to use a C4. He's using these pre-made angles to throw a C4 into shop, but because he has no intel, no Valk cam, no nothing, it's completely blind and won't land against anyone. Tyke in the meantime will be taking some damage here from probably the player at Pixel as he flashes out the area to try and take care of all this utility. Chevy now playing on this white corridor window as he is aware of the player at Garage. I believe that is Ozil down there. He will flank up the white stairs and Somehow Hellas loses out that fight, Ozil taking minimal damage. Alpha though will get one, and that's Stacks taken down as he crawls up the bar. Backup will get taken down as well, so double kill in the round for him. He almost hits the shots onto the Goyo as well, and the Wamai goes down. It's all down to Ozil. These top white stairs, the diffuser should be going down here. Yes, there it is from Tyke. And with 35 seconds left, Ozil has to deny this plant, or we're left in a 1v4 post-plant, and there it is. He doesn't have time to deny. Should be an easy finish off here, 1 versus 4. Nice angles will be held from each player of Bong, and with one player going onto the roof, it should be completely impossible for Ozil to clutch this round here. He decides to run out the window, but just can't make it, as the Sophia drags him out of there and takes him down. That is a good way to start off their attacking half, and it'll give Bong some momentum 2 rounds in a row to maybe even claw things back on this map and win out the series 2-0 here. Bar and Cocktail get picked out once again from the side of Rebel, with the same lineup as they had before. Not really going to change any of their strategy, as it seemed to work quite well for them.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can. Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb. 5 seconds to insertion. Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
Fod he'll be going for a run out, very aggressive. He won't find anyone though, as there's no one on Bong close by. Chevy will be down here just watching the angles, trying to see if he can find anyone, but Fod has got away with it. He doesn't do any damage, but he just also doesn't take any. Obviously not comfortable on that role of the hard support, so he's switched back up onto his normal, more frag heavy role on the Jaeger. Well, back of a switch onto the Maestro instead. Fod will be the opening kill there, and that's Alf taken down. The Sophia off the board is unfortunate for Bong. Alright, so find one of his own, and that's Chevy off the board. The IQ no longer with us. Hellas is trying to get a nice angle onto the Maestro spot up in Cocktail, but he just can't see Ozil as he just hides down prone. Hellas will take some damage here from somewhere through a vertical angle, it looks like. He will spot out back up, and there it is, the Maestro taken down. Gets his head taken off, but so much damage done onto Hellas. Fod will be the one to refrag though, and it's Hellas taken off the board. It's all down to Tyke and Zamok in a 2 versus 4. Sophia repelling upside down. Tyke will find one that stacks off the board. No more smoke. No more canisters to deny the plant or deny the push. Tyke will get down. That's diffuser down as well. So Samuel will be left to clutch. 1 vs 3. Can't even hit one shot there. And that's Fod to finish things off. Kitchen service and cooking will be the site picked out here for Rebel as they win their second defense on Bar and Cocktail.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
You can stop worrying about grenades now. Reinforcing wall! Loading mag! Over one. Take clear of ADS line of fire.
10 seconds left before insertion.
Razor wire is deployed.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Bolstering our defenses.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse.
From Rebel, we're seeing an extension here into the bakery. We have the shield placed here and a rotation as well to allow the player inside of there to get back into sight if needs be. Bong will be looking to try and contest here, opening up this angle, and Fod will have taken some damage already as he reloads the bailiff pistol. He will hear the barbed wire and he will get droned out as well. It'll be difficult for him, the back of his head to help. He's using the shield, using a prone angle to try and spot anyone out if he can. Hibana will use her Scaros to open up the prep pool. Alf will find a nice shot there to tap off Fod's head, losing his life. A flashbang will come out. This backup pre-fires around the corner. He does some damage onto Hallis, but not too much. The Buck will push onto back into Bakery, and there it is, backup taken down. And that leaves us with a 5 vs 3. Thermal will use one extra thermic on the prep wall, which will allow them another avenue onto site. And Tyke might be able to get one here. Yes, there it is onto the kitchen as well. Still a long angle held from Oslo inside of Kocha. He will get droned out and just can't hit his shots on the drone, unfortunately. We're left in a 5 vs 1 as Bong are looking at a flawless round. RX finds one but is immediately traded out by Alf, and there it is. Bong looking strong on that site. The bakery take working very well for them. Kitchen will get picked out here once again from the side of Rebel. It didn't go so often last time, but I assume we'll be seeing some alterations in their strategy to try and counteract exactly what Bong did. That push onto Bakery works for them so well, getting those opening picks, losing out those gunfights, put Rebel at a serious disadvantage that allowed Bong to get into site
Defenders,
easily and
protect
get
your
that
bombs
diffuser
from
down.
being defused by attackers.
We have an extension here from inside of freezer to open up a rotate. I assume we'll be seeing the mobile Mai of RX having a shield inside a Christmas area to protect there.
Force 4.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Reloading.
Flash out! Device going live!
Flash runs will be coming out from Bong as they try and push into bakery once again. Backup will be playing with fire here behind this bakery counter. Ozil will be in position to help him inside of prep, using this SMG-11 to hold the angle, hold the cross. A flash run will come out and that should be the shield gone. Yes, there it is. Bakery will now be conceded from Rebel as Bong able to just throw them out of there. No opening pick to them this time. A lot of damage done there. Stacks will find an opening pick onto Alf. That's Pulse with the first kill. That's from above actually. It must have been from a peek from the piano windows. Hellas will refrag though, and that's RX taken off the board. No more magnets from the Romai. Stacks will be all the way back on the site now using these long angles.
Drone ready.
Drones will come out
Attackers
from
have
Bong
located
and
a bomb.
angles will be held to try and figure out exactly where the players are and where they want to push from. Backup is still playing close here as Stacks pre-fires down through the floor to get angle onto prep. Chevy will put Bong at the advantage now as he finds Fod and takes him off the board. Hellas though will get down, that's Backup to find him. Chevy will flick onto Backup and take him down, so Tyke will be able to go for the kill for the diffuser, as Samok and Chevy are left alive to cover. Diffuser is down, Tyke takes some damage, but now in a post-plant situation. All Bong have to do is hold angles while Rebel have to retake. Stacks will run out and lose his life because of it, and it looks like we're going to be seeing Bong evening the round count up to 5-5 now. Rebel seem to be struggling just as much as Bong did on their defensive half of Cafe. Even though bar and cocktail is available to them once again, we will see kitchen and service picked out here from Rebel. Obviously wanting to definitely get this strategy nailed down. They know they can do it, they just have to repeat it once again.
Remaining.
This time we are seeing Bakery conceded instead of being held. Backup is still inside of Bakery, but they have reinforced off the walls, which will definitely make it harder for the side of Bong to take, as well as the Kaid, which we're going to use those claws, which forces the side of Rebel to take from above to take the vertical pressure, and then try and use that to take care of the claw. Hibana will try and use some Iskaris on the prep wall, but backup will take a nice shot to one-tap Palace and send him to the afterlife. Stax will hit one air jab to then give away his position, but no pick will come out as he is in a safe corner. Chevy will take some damage while contesting a long angle, and he's put down to 50 health already. Chevy will be in above now, trying to use vertical play, but instead he's pushing down the stairs, and I think Stax is here, ready and waiting for him. There is a free pick for him, takes Chevy's head off, and that puts Bong 5 versus 3 now. Stax is also rotating up to these windows to try and get a nice angle onto the players down outside of Bakery door, but doesn't look like he's going to be able to spot anyone just about yet. He gets shot at there from Zamok. Alf decides to rotate around while Tyke still remains in Bakery. Just on the other side of the wall from him is backup, just waiting. Alf will be aware of Stax playing upstairs, and he will lose the fight out though, and that's a double kill for Stax on the round. Stax will be running out though aggressively, and this should be a free kill for him here. Yes, it is, a triple kill there. And Tyke is left all alone as he hears an air jab go off. He finds Fod there, and Stax though will be able to refrag, and that puts Rebel eventually on map point for the second map. 6-5 now, and will we see Bong push to OT and maybe even win this round and this map out, or will we see Rebel finish things off here and push us on to map 3?
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Reloading, cover me! My evil eye ready to kill. Stay clear of ATS line of fire. Perimeter secure.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds left. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
ADS up and running.
Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
Market online! Reloading! Stop worrying about grenades now!
It seems Bong are aware of this angle from Garage. They don't want to lose their player, so Chevy will be just watching the angle out here.
Repulsion device set.
Perimeter defense.
I'm changing max!
Bomb located by attackers. Drop the bomb diffuser.
Backup will be starting things off. That's a thermite off the board.
The bomb diffuser.
Fortunate to lose Tyke so early on like that. I don't know what he was doing repelling here Obviously, Bong have decided to go rather for taking piano control. They've decided to go for a east window rappel and try and get into cocktail. Backup will be trying to counteract these angles here by using the vertical angle below. Fod will be down to very low HP there from below, and the Buck, there it is, a free pick for him, and that evens things up 4-4 now. There doesn't seem like much, if any, control created here whatsoever, as Hellas goes down to backup. There's a double kill for him on the round. And Alpha will also be down, so that puts us in a 2 versus 4 now. These last two players on the east balcony trying to repel. But honestly, it looks like they're going to be seeing a 7th round win for Rebel on Cafe, and will push all the way to map 3.
Ready to knock out.
Defender is approaching a kill zone.
Backup will be jumping out the window and whiffs so many shots, but you will eventually find the head of Chevy.
15
Well, not even the head,
seconds
sorry. And it's all left down to Zamok in a 1 versus 4. 10 seconds left. He stands no chance, really. And it looks like Rebel will be pushing us to map 3 instead. And there it is. 7-5. All rounds of regulation this time were needed to push Rebel all the way here, but eventually they were able to win it out. Okay, then moving on to map 3. We are now on to Clubhouse to finish things up here. Bong Gaming versus Rebel Nation. We'll be starting with Bong on the defensive half of Clubhouse first. Hello, Street. Why have you just added me in chat? Maverick will be banned out here. That's the side of Bong's ban, as well as a Thatcher taken off the board as well. What question? I see no question in chat. The last thing I see in chat was let's go Rebel, and then you at Freda. Score, it's 1-1 currently. Bong 1, map 1, 7-4. Rebel 1, map 2, 7-5, and we're on map 3 now. A mirror will be the ban out for Rebel, and then Valk is the ban from Bong. Not an uncommon set of bans, in fact it's very similar to what we saw the last round. I said it's just a Maverick banned out instead of the Jackal, I think. CC and Cash will be the first site going to for Bong.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Well, it looks like from Bong we are seeing an extension onto the catwalk. We have the lower garage walls reinforced, ADS is placed here, barbed wire on the stairs. Seems like we have a Kaid in play, and without the Thatcher or the Maverick, it will definitely be very hard for these electricals to get rid of. The vertical play will have to be used here from the side of Rebel if they want to take care of this wall. And it looks like they are definitely prepping to try and open the CC wall. Backup will throw a flashbang and it will not go through the drone hole, so it's a bit of a waste. There it is, the vertical play coming in from FOD on the Zofia below. He'll be now using that vertical angle to try and counter anyone playing on the wall. He gets pre-fired down from red stairs, but no shots landed either way. He's trying to find this electrical, but because it's not placed on the wall, they're both hidden. They can't get rid of them. Alright, so will be the first casualty as Hallis goes down and Stacks can't throw a flashbang to a drone, although it bounces back and flashes him instead. Oswald seems to be having some problems as FOD is taken off the board as well, so we're in effectively in a 2 versus 5, but Oswald is back on Earth as we go back to 3 versus 5. Chevy though will take down Backle, so we are actually in a 2 versus 5. As Stacks places an exothermic on the outer construction wall. Alfie though will be able to find one, and that's the thermite rather taking the supporters all down to the Ozzel Habana, rotating around to this out of construction wall, opening up the hatch of logistic office. Instead of dropping the hatch, they will try to go to out of construction, but gets himself blown away by the shotgun of Hellas. There it is, a strong start on to map 3, and Clubhouse is going well for Bong so far.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Bog is set.
ADS deployed and ready to go.
Jammer deployed.
This time we're going to be seeing a church and arsenal hold from the side of Bong, and we are seeing some Romans up here on the second floor. We're also seeing a Monty being played out from backup.
Attackers must locate
Interesting
and
to
defuse the
change
bomb.
up the player on the Monty.
We move carefully. Some serious driving.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Backup will now be pushing down the dirt tunnel as Hellas is the first pick to go, the Mozzie no longer on the board. Fod will also find one, and that takes him down to low HP, but Alpha's now off the board.
A bomb has been located.
This Monty will definitely be difficult to deal with, as Fod finds a third on the round rather, and Backup finishes off the Legion who's downed. All onto the castle, and it's a flawless round from Rebel to answer back the flawless round from Bong. 3 on the round for Fod and 2 for Backup there on the Monty. Church and Arsenal will get picked out here once again from the side of Bong. Backup once again going for the Monty play, so 6 picking off of the Ash onto him. It worked quite well for them last time. Funneling down that dirt tunnel certainly worked
Attackers
quite
need
well.
to locate and defuse bombs.
I assume we will see somewhat more presence inside of dirt tunnel to stop that Monty. But there's no smoke and no shield to be placed inside of dirt, so it'll definitely be hard to hold there.
All reinforcements ready to move.
Wall secured.
Pest's out. Go get him, mate. Pest is out and on the road.
10 seconds remaining.
Giving them a shot, mate, Jammer.
5 seconds left.
Deploying ADS.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
ADS deployed and ready to go. Pest deployed and away to target.
Once again, this looks like backup is prepping to push this dirt tunnel. We have players stacking up into the stock room. Stacks will be trying to open up here, and then he will go going to open up this dirt tunnel, which allows backup to push down here. Ozzel will be opening up this hatch, but it should not get opened up yet. Only one charge is utilized there as Chevy's here above, which will waste at least one Cervix Chorus.
We move carefully.
Hellas will also be roaming around the bar area as well, using an SSG style of roam. Tyke will be the first to fall though, as RX finds that kill there. He is wary about this flank. Hellas will be able to find one. That's Ozzel taken down, and Ozzel, RX rather, can't find his shots. Fod will find the pick though, and that's Summit taken down. The Monty is in the way of Alf as he pushes dirt solo. He's now in a goo mine. Fod finds a double kill of him in the round, and backup gets way too aggressive there. Alf with an easy kill onto the Monty, so it's all down to him and the Mozzie, who's still playing above, using the suppressed Roni still. Stacks is left alone on site with the diffuser as Fod pushes to help him from the bottom of main stairs. The diffuser is going down while Fod continues to get gooed, and Hellas is looking for a flank. Alpha says he didn't know the diffuser is going down, and Fod will get down there from Hellas. It's all down to Stacks 1 versus 2, and they know where he is now. Because these shots came out, Stacks will be given away, and he will find one. That's Alf taken down, and he also finds Hellas. And huge double kill there to finish things off. And with the diffuser down, 2 kills to clutch things out. A nice round for Rebel, 2 rounds in a row now. After 2 unsuccessful attempts at the basement, CC and Cash will be the site picked out once again, and backup, even though he died last time, the Monty will get picked out here. This has been useful for them pushing on aggressively into site, but backup does tend to get way too aggressive using that shield instead of trying to protect his teammates. He just goes for kills, and it just doesn't work out for him often.
As many bombs as they can.
ADS deployed and ready to go.
Wall's done!
Heads out. Go get him, mate.
Artila, active!
He's ready.
10 seconds to insertion. 5 seconds left before insertion. Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
I'm reloading. Forward 5.
Stacks here will be opening up the lower garage panels using 1 exothermic, to allow them to get some nice angles onto the player at rafters. And then when they push him out with the shield of backup, it should be relatively easy to get the pick onto that Legion.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Backup immediately goes back outside to take out that goo which he found in his foot.
Stay close.
Drones will come out and they will know exactly where this Legion is playing, but it doesn't matter because Fod will miss his shots, and Tyke will be able to find that kill. Backup will back away now. Not entirely sure what he should do. Chevy will take some damage, and it looks like there's a hack drone there, which will get taken down from backup. It's a nice pick. 2-mine will give away the position of the Monty, and unfortunately Kai gets way too aggressive there. RX will find that kill for himself. RX now trying to use the grenade, and that should be able to take out the Legion. Yep, there it is, a double kill for the Sledge. And Backup should now easily be able to push up here onto the garage catwalk. He can't unextend the shield though safely, as he turns around. Alpha find one, that's also taken off the board. If on a second as well. So it's all down to Stacks and Backup now in this 2 versus 3. A minute and 20 seconds left on the board, so they have a good chunk of time to work with. But Hellas will be scaring this Monty away with that C4 place there. He can't come through this rotate without taking the damage from there. Backup will be trying to take down this default cam. Hellas picks up his C4. And he's trying to contest against Stacks on this breach, and he's going for the peek out, and he downs him and kills Stacks as well. Backup can't save his teammate, and he's now left alone in a 1 versus 3. Not much of a chance. The C4 sails out. Doesn't do any damage though, because it's through an invincible wall. But there he is. He comes across 2 guns, and Hellas will finish him off. And that's Bong evening us up 2-2 now. Now let's see if Bong can change things up for this next site. If they will go to Gym and Bedroom, which I would assume they should be going to, or if they'll be stubborn and go down to the base once again. It looks like it's the base once again, even though it hasn't worked them so well the previous 2 times. This time a Kaid will be brought. I don't think they had that before. It could help them, but I'm not entirely sure. Backup's still choosing to hide the Monty. I'm not sure why. Bong should really be expecting it at this point after he's played it for like 3 or 4 rounds in a row. I assume that Electric Claw will go inside of the dirt tunnel to protect the walls there. That will at least delay time, but I assume it should be easy enough for Rebel to throw in a grenade through the drone hole and take care of that Electric Claw.
Insertion.
Sure.
5 seconds remaining. Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Unrolling razor wire.
There's still 2 Electric Claws in the pocket. None of them got inside of dirt, and it's been barricaded off. So I assume there's going to go on the hatches. Yeah, there's one on kitchen hatch. And there's a motor hatch, I'd assume. Yep, there it is. Well, it will certainly help protect them, but I doubt the protection will last forever. Hellas takes a lot of damage. FOD down, and it's just a rush through blue. I didn't even catch this. It's absolute massacre as Alpha finds a triple on the round, and it's now all down to RX somehow. Such a quick flurry of kills, you can't find them all. 40 seconds left. RX takes some damage through the wall, and he's forced to rotate back away. I believe the Monty got TK'd, and that's Ozil to leave the game now, perhaps for a sound bug and he has to rehost. Now going back up here onto the roof to just chill. Yeah, looks like we're going for a rehost after this round.
15 seconds to go. 10 seconds left. 5 seconds remaining. Operators, you have run out of time.
Oh, okay, we're back finally after the rehost. Well, after an unsuccessful rush from the side of Rebel on their third basement attack, they finally failed and Bong won 3-2. Now they are forced to go to gym bedroom because the other two sites are locked for them. If they lose it out here, it could put them at disadvantage because they'll be 3-3 going into their attacking half, and club does tend to be defender sided. Alpha 6 pick off of the Goyo onto the Jaeger, and back up once again, 6 picking off the Ash onto the Monty. I didn't even realise, but Oslo's gone with the Glaz pick. I'm not entirely sure why, but I assume he'll have to be something an angle with that
Attackers
sniper.
need to locate and defuse bombs.
Reload! Test is down and on the run. Bug is set.
Ten seconds to insertion. 5 seconds to insertion.
Razor wire.
Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
It looks like Bong are extending the hold over towards the east side, holding inside of the cash room. Do they have a fifth reinforcement for here? Doesn't look like it. Unless Castle does. Yes, he does. Okay.
C4 out.
It's already an ADS getting burnt through the drone hole, and Fod should be able to use that Sophia impact grenade and get that electro claw. Although the electrical doesn't seem to be anywhere in sight, so it could very well just be placed below somewhere.
Carefully.
So Fod is looking for it, but he is caught off guard because he goes for the look instead of trying to peek around the corner, and the Monty is not there to protect him. A second electrical claw goes out, and Alf will be able to come around for a flank and take out backup on the Monty. Poor coordination from Rebel allows 2 free picks to come through for Bong. Almost third there as Stacks peeks in wildly and almost gets his head taken off for it. The wall's still electrified, so Stacks will not be able to open this up, and the 3 players left for Rebel will have to rotate and attack somewhere else. Also, still on cams. Perhaps AFK as RX goes down to Alf, and it's all down to Stacks practically in a 1 versus 5, which is unfortunate. Plus the glass has diffuser, so this makes things very unfortunate. Stacks will eventually go down to Alf, and that's a triple on the round for him. A nice angle being held to take the thermite down, but now it's all down to Ozzel, just chilling in spawn. For some reason gone AFK during a league match.
10 seconds to go.
Oh dear.
5 seconds left.
Just a little trick.
Operators, you are out of time.
Now then, Bong have a good defensive half, eventually finishing things out 4-2. Oh dear. Rebel, for their first defensive site, are choosing to go to Bar and Stockroom. A fun little site they actually pulled out in a league game the other day, and they actually managed to win it. I will say what I said back then as well. It's a site that can catch people off guard, and you can win it off a shock. They will not be prepared to attack the site because they have no practice whatsoever, and that way it will surprise the hell out of you, really.
Fortifications done! Jammer deployed.
Got my trump card ready.
Wall fortified.
Ready.
10 seconds to insertion.
Spice jammer.
5 seconds left. Attackers must locate and defuse a bomb.
Located enemy. Go on, trump card.
A bomb has been located.
Well, Bong seems to be going for a top floor take, I believe.
Putting on a
Droning out here on the CC belt to try and push on in. They have the alibi above to contest.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
charge deployed.
Hellas will be here watching the construction window, trying to catch someone off guard. Does some damage to Fod through that soft wall.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
The castle will swing but not be able to hit any shots, but neither will Hellas, goes unpunished there.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Fod holding a nice crossfire with this castle, but he could easily get taken off guard from somewhere else. Chevy rappelling upside down, waiting for a rotation here. But I don't think he's going to find anything, as Fod's just going to be holding inside of the CC and cache area. As he's like a rotation here coming through from Bong. Going to open up this strip club wall now to try and get into sight. There isn't much site presence at all, but backup is below with a C4, and he has a drone. Ozzel will be the first casualty here. Gets taken down through the hatch, but he could easily get picked up here. Fod doesn't seem aware, but it might be a free pick now. They missed some shots. RX will find one. That's Hellas, the first casualty of the game. Chevy here still trying to contest against Fod, and there it is, a nice shot there, and he also finishes off Ozzel, and that leaves Bong 4-3 now actually. 50 seconds left on the round. Edgevs go down to stop the flank coming through. You still have Snacks play inside of Lounge. RX on his cams, I'm not sure where he is. He's on the main stairs, and then backup is playing down below with C4 to try and get one up through the hatch when they try to go for a plant. The Evil Eye will go down, and that's the only intel source inside of sight taken off the board. Alpha will take down this cast barricade, but I don't think he's aware of his position from the Maestro, so he could be a free pick as he tries to push on into sight. They know where the mute is, and there it is. There's the free pick from Maestro. The Thermite will refrag though, so it's a 3 versus 2 as Diffuser going down, all down to backup. Now he has to deny this plant. The C4 sails up, it finds no one though. So it's all down to him in a 1 versus 3 situation.
Defenders have located the diffuser.
42 seconds he has to work with to get this kill and then disable the diffuser as well. Pre-fire comes through, but he just can't hit his shots at the moment. 30 seconds left and time is ticking. Away it goes. Pre-fire comes through onto these tags. He has intel, but he just can't hit them. He goes for that disable, but it looks like he will get taken out here. And yep, there it is. Bong winning out their first attack on Clubhouse, and that is 5-2. They've put themselves at a good advantage. Rebel with the risky play to go to bar and stock first, and it did not pay off for them. When you're in a position such as 5 or 4-2 like that, you don't want to risk giving your opponent more rounds to get them ahead of you. Picking bar and stock was certainly a risk, and it didn't pay off for them, so left at a 5-2 deficit now. It could really hurt them as they try to come back from this. But moving on, Church and Arsenal will be the site they picked out, and a Legion will come through. The setup here definitely looks like it's a full-on SSG style of hold, using the Mozzie, Mute, Vigil, Castle and Legion. If Bong choose to go for this full map clear, then they'll have to take care of all the roamers, all the utility upstairs, and it could really slow them down and hurt them. Yeah, and here it is. You see the players going upstairs, reinforcing the walls outside, getting the castle barricades down. Mutual has to go down as well to slow down and stop as much droning as possible. I assume we'll be seeing the Vigil play inside of that bar area. Ozzel locks back up out, so he can't rotate and get to where he wanted to go, so that leaves something undone. Not entirely sure what. He says one reinforcement in the pocket, and backup drops into Church. I don't know where he's going. Maybe he's going to get this stock hatch, but doing it so late in the round could end up being his demise, but it does not look like anyone's going to contest him. And he will now be forced to rotate all the way back down blue stairs and all the way back up main stairs to get back into bar. So above we have the Mute of Stacks playing alone, actually. Normally you'd see someone else up there to support him. Bong didn't seem completely aware of the strat, and they are ignoring the top floor push as they are pushing down Dirt Tunnel, and they push one player in onto the second floor. Buck and IQ trying to contest against, I believe it's the Mozzie. There it is, Fod tossing out a C4, won't be able to land anything. Lands a lot of shots though, but he does get downed eventually. Can't trade himself out. Chevy on just 1 HP there. Really unfortunate for Fod to lose up there. Chevy now pushing down into blue, and RX will be aware of this. He swings wide, and yep, there it is. He does get the refrag onto Chevy after Fod dies. Hellas though will get one, and that's the Mute upstairs taken down. He is now 1 HP as well. Really unfortunate there. But with this advantage 4-3, they are looking good to eventually push onto site. They have all 3 players left in site now, and backup will be trying to counteract this play upstairs, but he just can't land any shots. RX will take some damage as he tries to contest blue. Backup will get a kill though. That's Buck, the player on 1 HP down. Tykes though will keep things interesting as Bong are still at the man advantage, 3-2 now. The castle will go down to the therm as he rushes on in, so it's all down to RX now, 1 versus 3, playing inside of blue. He has 50 seconds to work with, and he pre-fires around the corner and takes down that Nomad. The fuse is going down, it's all up to Alf to stop this Legion. Ugh. And there it is, 6-2, match point for Bong. 1 round away from finishing out the series with a massive upset to take a Rebel out of the game. whoever was saying that Rebel are just better early on must be feeling rather silly about themselves now, as Bong are looking strong to take this map and win the series out now. It will be Rebel once again going down into the basement, church and arsenal. A 6 pick here from Fod will go off of the bandit onto the maestro. The bandit pick might make Bong think that it was the CC site picked out instead. A completely different lineup to what they had before. Means that they will not be going for the same SSG style of roam. Instead, they are going for a more anchor style of strat, I would assume.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Reservoir going up. ATS deployed and ready to go.
All reinforcements nearly done.
Bomb located by attackers. 10 seconds to insertion.
Reinforcing the wall.
5 seconds left.
Reload! ATS line of fire.
Attackers are moving to defuse a bomb.
Secured.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the bomb.
Really big fucking.
Tyke will now be opening up this dirt tunnel once again. Stacks will be playing inside of here, trying to find an easy pick, as no one would expect him to play on this unorthodox position. But a drone will come out and he should be spotted out, and he should have to force himself back and play behind the shield and dirt. Making that Goya shield could make things difficult for Stacks, as he can't play close behind it, otherwise he will die if that shield gets
Attackers
popped.
dropped the diffuser.
Alf is holding a... Yes, he's not. He's holding his droning and then just... right at the back of the map there. In the meantime, Bong are pushed in above and taking good control of the map already. They know no one's roaming. They know they've seen Bong, or Rebel rather, change their strat completely.
Attackers recovered the diffuser.
So with this control, they should be able to do quite a bit of damage. Preface comes through from Hellas, and they know that one of the walls here, back of Arsenal, is reinforced, so they can't come in here, but it will mean that the player of Thermite could open the church wall rather easily. Look, he doesn't have any estimate charges left, because he's one on dirt and one on the motor hatch, unfortunately. Ozil will not be able to hit land C4 properly, but he does able to get it back up. Hellas though will go down, and there will be another kill for Rebel in the meantime. 3 actually, so it's all down to 2 players from the side of Bong. Alf and the Zamok 2 versus 5 situation. An unorthodox angle held from backup will get punished there from Alf, and he gets to push all the way down to the bottom of main stairs now. An impact will give up, gets caught by a magnet, and a nice shot there to punish RX for an aggressive peek. He loses life for that. All down to Stacks, Fod and Ozil now, who
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
are all playing around sight, although Fod is trying to, or Stacks rather, is trying to peek up through this dirt breach. He is rotating back down to sight now, as he knows these 2 players are inside of church and motor area. Only 20 seconds left to work with. An air jab goes down to make sure they can't rotate through the long corridor quite so easily. Smoke canisters will sail out, which makes life even harder. Samuk does get 1 air jab, so, and Stacks will run across quickly. Stacks will down 1 and Fod the other, and there it is. Rebel win round 9, 6-3 now. The comeback is definitely possible. Still match point for Team Bong, as Rebel move on to their next site, CC and Cash Room. It's like we haven't seen them play yet, so I'm not entirely sure how Bong will do. Same lineup coming out from Bong. changes though for Rebel. A castle picked up as well, although he is 6 picked off of, and FOD changes onto the mute instead. That provides extra wall denial as well as drone denial. I assume we see some mute jammers on the garage panels to make sure the player on rafters is a lot more secure. Although I wonder if Rebel will be playing out an unorthodox strat they played the other day. It didn't work out for them so well then. But no, I think we are going for a default extending to garage hold. They don't want to play anything risky as they are on match point, and they don't want to be losing out here. Rebel obviously still wants to prove that they are indeed on top, and they don't want to be losing out to Bong right here and get knocked out of the retro tournament.
10 seconds to insertion.
It's actually some bandit batteries getting placed down here at the bottom of the garage
5
panels.
seconds to go.
Unrolling razor wire.
Attackers are heading out.
My artillery is on.
Okay, once again we're seeing these hidden electro claws placed to make sure that the wall will get nice and electrified and it can't get caught. We do have backup here peeking aggressively on garage. He's backing up onto the catwalk now, playing at the #1 panel. We have also on top red, Bandit trying to trick the wall if he needs to. If his electrical claws do go down, he's ready to use his batteries. Although it does seem like Bong have gone for a west side take through bedroom instead. I'm going to try and open up the construction wall. Stax is moving a shield away from the suicide corner to watch onto this construction door instead. It's a good rotate here, nice utility switch, and also finds a double kill there from below, I believe that was, yep. Alf and Hellas, two of the biggest impact players so far for Bong out of these games this series, are taken off the board, which will cripple Bong going into this round. One air jump goes off somewhere, and Backup tries to peek wildly, does a lot of damage, and he even finishes off the thermite, and that's 5-2 now. Bong looking lost so far. The Nomad just can't hit.
Attacker's bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Chevy finds one to refrag, but is immediately taken down by Stax. Oh, I can't believe I just witnessed there. Zamak not having the greatest day. Certainly not on this map, at least. Let's move on to round 11. Still match point for Bong. They have 2 more chances to finish this map off. Barnes. Oh god. Okay. So Rebel win out their 2 sites on basement and CC. They lost their site on stock. No, never mind. They have chosen to return to sanity, and they are going to Jew and Bedroom instead. It didn't go so well for them on bar stock last time, so obviously learning from their mistakes. Bong really want to win things out here. They don't want to lose and then risk losing that match point and getting pushed to overtime. Because otherwise, Rebel will have had such a good comeback. There'll be in so much momentum. Bong just won't really stand a chance going into overtime.
Jammer deployed.
seconds left. 5 seconds left. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
We are seeing an extension here into cache for Rebel. Not many reinforcements are used. We do have some in CC and some on cache, but the top red walls will leave the player inside of cache more exposed than you would want them to be.
Attackers drop the defuse.
I'm not sure what Bong are going for here. I think they're trying to open up the jacuzzi breach. There is only one meat jammer on this wall, so perhaps a Sophia charge through the drone hole should be able to take care of that easily.
Attackers have located a bomb.
Actually, no, it's from the window they're trying to take care of this, and Alf will have to drop now because he's getting contested from inside a garage, in fact.
Reloading. Throwing magnet. Magnet ready. Increasing our defenses. Magnet online. Swapping mag.
Make your prayers.
The breach is eventually opened up there. Flashbangs will go out to burn the magnets, and the shield should get destroyed here for Bong. Yep, that's the glue shield gone, which makes playing in this corridor a lot harder, but they still have one more shield at the back here.
A bomb has been
And
located.
without what the second Sophia stun, or impact, which was taken down, it'll be hard for Bong to take care of this. And if, what are you doing, Alf? Madman takes even more damage there. Ozil should have came away with a kill, but unfortunately only landed one shot. FOD will find one, and that's the IQ taken down. It's not looking good for Bong so far. FOD will get refragged though, and that's Hellas to find that kill, so it's a nice start for the comeback. He will now push up the stairs, and they only have about 40 seconds left to push on onto site and try and get this diffuser down. Smoke canisters will sail out, and that could be the demise of Alf as he is on very low HP. Drones will come through, but with only 30 seconds left, they have to try and do something. Hellas will find a double on the round, and that's backup taken off the board. That's the Jaeger. All down to these last three players. RX will go down, but immediately refrag there. Hellas on the ground. Oz will also find one. It's now to 2 versus 2 as Tyke has skipped this defuser. Will go for the kill. Stacks is down, and it's all down to Ozil. 1 versus 2 is in construction. He's going for the plant, and now it's all down to Zamak, who can't get this kill. Unfortunate there, a clutch from Ozil, and there it is.
Operators, you are out
That
of
was
time.
really looking like a Bong round, but unfortunately this couldn't finish things off. And now they are 1 round away from losing their match point and getting pushed to overtime. Rebel really don't want to lose it out here, and this momentum is going to push them. And it looks like they very well could get overtime here. Church and Arsenal are such that they won once and lost once. They didn't look strong with the SSG style of Rome, but with the anchor strat which they are putting out now, it was much, much better. As things go as it did before, Bong will be pushed to overtime, and that could be the end of their reign of terror over Rebel. FOD will be 6 picking off of the Maestro onto the Clash. That's an interesting pick. But it could work well. Bong do tend to have a lot of trouble pushing, and they are having trouble with time management, so the Clash, which could just waste so much time, could really be the reason Rebel are going to push this to overtime.
Reinforcing the wall! Look out! All workers deployed. Deploying ADS!
10 seconds left.
Magazine!
5 seconds left before insertion. Attacker's objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Razor wire is deployed.
Tyke will find the opening pick there, and that's far taken off the board. Oh dear. Fod on the Clash tries to spawn peek and immediately gets punished, and that operator, which I said could push them to overtime, is now off the board. He can't deny any more time, which means Bong are looking good going into this final round of regulation. They still have 4 players to find though, and the lineup could easily swing either way, as Bong last time did have trouble getting on into sight here. Once again though, they have made good time in getting into the second floor, realizing they have no roamers.
Attackers dropped the diffuser. Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
See you on either side.
Alf will get down there, and that is Stacks to find that kill, a free kill there. One of the best fraggers on the side of Bong getting taken down. It's really unlucky for Bong, and that puts Rebel at 4 versus 4 now. Chevy though will refrag and make sure his team stays in the lead. Backup, one of the best fraggers so far for the side of Rebel, will get taken down in response. 4 versus 3 now as we enter the final minute and 20 seconds. Chevy is in at the bottom of motor now. He's pushing into church. Chevy does damage onto his own teammate there, unfortunate, and Tyke takes a lot of damage from inside of dirt. Oswald will find one that's Hellas taken down the Hibana off the board. It looks like a flank here. And that's Chevy wait, what? RX is flanking down the main stairs and he gets knifed. Okay, I'm lost. Well, anyway, it's all down to a 2 versus 3. Rebel will now throw out the smoke canisters. Only 35 seconds left. The man with the diffuser is only on about 5 health, so this smoke canister here could finish him off. That's a lovely smoke canister there from the side of Stacks. And as he goes for this plant, Stacks is going to down him with that smoke. Or not, it's actually all down to Stacks. And he misses some shots, and no, there it is, Bong. Win things out 7-5. I really thought that smoke would get him through the wall, but no. Unfortunate there, but Bong are winning things out 2-1. What an upset. Nothing that they expected here. Really well played from Bong.